Hi everybody, it's the Ruthless Jobber here. Welcome back to the channel. This is episode 43 of A Broken Heart. It's WCW. We are on Monday, the 7th of September 1998. It's time for another edition of Monday Night Nitro. Pre-matches start off with Chris Park teaming with Jim Duggan to take on Joey Legend and Louis Piccoli. Joey Legend is a new jobber that we've taken on. Terrible pre-show match. Chris Park and Jim Duggan defeated Joey Legend and Louis Piccoli in 11 minutes 11. When Chris Park pinned Joey Legend with a black hole slam. Yeah, pretty poor, but it's a pre-show match, and I think they're all jobbers here actually. Yeah, they are all unimportant. The idea really is just to kind of get Chris Park over a little bit. I don't know how much they get over in dark matches. I don't know if it's going to do much, but we're trying all we can. I don't want to turn him into Abyss until he's a little bit more over. But we've got a wrestling rating of 37, crowd 23, and overall 42. Chad Fortune takes on Rey Mysterio Jr. It's another pre-show match. Just want to start using Rey a little bit more. I don't have big plans for him. He's very young and he's a very small wrestler. I do want to sort of keep him in that tag team division, but with his current partner injured for quite some time, he's just hanging around. So thought we'd put him on the pre-show. Decent wrestling, but didn't have much heat. And it's Rey Mysterio that gets the win in 11 minutes 55 by pinfall with a Mysteriana. I hate that. I'm going to have to change that. A Mysterio Rana. And we had 51 wrestling rating. That's not too bad. 32 for the crowd, 63 overall. And we used a creative finish here. It was specific to Rey Mysterio. I wouldn't normally use a creative finish on a pre-show match, but I don't know where else we're going to use it because it's, as I say, it's specific to Rey Mysterio. And it was a success. Probably helped to the segment rating. And the last pre-show match, well, yeah, this is a bit more like it, but it's it's only pre-show, but we wanted to get these guys on the card, wanted to use Bam Bam, and sometimes I just think it's nice from a realistic point of view. Give the crowd, give the people who have actually turned up and paid money to the arena or whatever to turn up and watch the show, give them something a little bit extra, and pretty decent match here. Pre-show bout, they had great wrestling and good heat. Bam Bam Bigelow defeated Norman Smiley in 11 minutes 24 by pinfall with a diving headbutt. So 73 wrestling, 60 crowd, and 79 overall. Yeah, a good finish to the pre-show. The crowd should hopefully be quite hyped. So we open up. This is a backstage segment. Don't normally do this sort of thing. You usually have like an in-ring promo or something. But basically, Bret Hart is fuming. He is after Eric Bischoff. He wants Eric Bischoff. And Savage just says, "Look, calm down. Bischoff isn't here. We're not gonna see him tonight. You're not gonna be able to get him tonight. Just, don't worry. We'll do this properly. We'll do this. We'll sort this out the way we normally sort things out in the ring. We'll do it properly." And then he sort of says, "Look, take your anger out on a match. I'm going to give you the first match tonight. You can take your anger out on that." He also, obviously, Bret Hart mentions Hogan as well, which is why we've got him in there as well. So just to recap, last week, Bischoff helped Hogan defeat Bret in a title match. Bret's obviously fuming. He wants to get Eric Bischoff, and Savage is just kind of like, let's do this properly, Bret. You and I know we do these things in the ring. Bret Hart will be up in the first match of the night, and we've got an 80 for this segment. And Bret gets to take on the Demon. I was a little bit worried about this, but you know what? 75, that could have been a main event. Superb match. Bret Hart defeated the Demon in 8 minutes 12 by submission with a sharpshooter. So 73 for the wrestling, 65 crowd, and 75 overall. I mean, that's amazing. Bret could have a match with anyone, really. I suppose I shouldn't be too shocked. Just imagine if the Demon was over, what we could have got. So yeah, lots of green there as well. They had good chemistry, which obviously helped. And Bret obviously has Elizabeth, and they're a good pairing. Should probably start using Elizabeth a little bit more. Actually, I kind of forget about the managers. I know I kind of used DiBiase a little bit last week, but yeah, I get kind of lost, to be honest. I should sort of make a point of using them a little bit more. Chris Jericho is then in the ring cutting a promo, and he's basically trashing the roster. There's no one here better than me. All you lot are just, you're useless, you're pathetic. I'm the biggest star in this company right now. And Savage comes out and says, how dare you? We've got a great roster with, the best company at the moment, in this industry. How dare you? I've only just come in charge, and you're here already slagging off what we've got. Well, I'll tell you what, if you think you're the biggest and the best, you're going to take on someone tonight who's going to give you a run for your money. You're going to take on the Giant. in tonight's main event. So 91 for this segment. I didn't know what to expect, but yeah, I'm always pleased when I hit something like 90 or above. What did we get? So part 1 was just Jericho on his own getting 99, and then part 2 we introduced Savage and had the Giant off screen, got an 89. So yeah, that's really good. So tonight's main event has been booked. Roddy Piper takes on Sid Vicious in a bout that had fantastic heat and decent wrestling. Sid Vicious defeated Roddy Piper in 9 minutes 33 by pinfall with a powerbomb. This was our storytelling match. Yeah, I'm disappointed. I sound disappointed. I didn't really know what to expect. But when you see a crowd rating of 73, you kind of expect a segment rating to be at least in the 60s. The wrestling rating was 60, but yeah, 58 overall was a little bit disappointing. This was just to sort of use Sid. We kind of... He's another one that we're sort of forgetting about a little bit, and I want to keep him relevant, but he's not kind of involved in any of the big storylines at the moment. So yeah, maybe we need to sort of change that. Yeah, and Roddy Piper, he's kind of there to job to the stars a little bit. So that's what it is basically, just a throwaway match. Raven is with Gene Okerlund, and he hypes up his US title challenge against Booker T that will take place at Fall Brawl. And that's all that is. That's all there is to it with this one. The storyline has advanced and gained heat, which is always fantastic to see. And there's Green there, Raven. I wasn't sure whether Raven would do well without a script, but yeah, that's really good. Really pleased with that one. 75 overall is another good score. Chris Benoit teams with Disco Inferno to take on Right and Dandy. Yeah, bit of a strange one, this one. I know what you're thinking, but I've been booking Full Brawl, and there's not many matches on it. We've got quite a lot of tag team matches and multi-man matches, so we're kind of having to look at the undercard a little bit to fill it out. And one or two of these guys might be involved, so let's get them on Nitro just so people sort of remember who they are. So it won't be such a big surprise when they're on a pay-per-view. But it was a poor match. Right and Dandy defeated Chris Benoit and Disco Inferno in 6 minutes 36 when El Dandy pinned Disco Inferno with a dandy roll. Chris Benoit carried the match. Now, in my other save, in my invasion save, I am using Chris Benoit properly. I haven't done that in this save, and everyone who has watched videos, particularly at the start of this series, will know why. But I think it's time to kind of just let it go in this save as well. Yeah, I might start using him properly, and he's a talent. He's a talent, so he's going to help us. But this got a wrestling rating of 42, 33 crowd, and 60 overall. A video promo for Booker T, maybe a little bit disappointed with that as a 67. Nothing more to say about it. Wanted to get him on the show properly rather than just sort of being talked about. And video promo is usually my go-to for something like that, and it gets a 67. The Faces of Fear are then told by Randy Savage backstage who their opponents will be at Full Brawl to defend the World Tag Team Championships. Our tag team division is very almost non-existent at the moment. We're starting to introduce a few more bigger teams, but there's not a lot going on. Hopefully that will change in the next few weeks, couple of months, but at the moment it's still a little bit But they will be taking on Lance Storm and Six. I'm hoping, I don't know whether there's going to be any, I could try it out in a pre-show match, but I'm hoping there might be some sort of chemistry there, because I think they might work well as a bit of a team. They're both kind of athletic, maybe sort of similar styles, although Six is probably a little bit more of a high flyer. But yeah, so it will be the Faces of Fear taking on Lance Storm and Six for the titles at Full Brawl. 62 rating for this one. Rick Steiner takes on Steven Regal. We really, really, really want to get Steven Regal over. This is the 43rd episode of this series, and he's still unimportant. We've recently changed his gimmick, which hopefully will reset his momentum, and now let's really start just giving him some victories. So we've given him a victory against someone who's a level higher than him. Hopefully this can do something. In a decent match, Steven Regal defeated Rick Steiner in 12 minutes 15 by submission with a Regal stretch after distraction from Terry Taylor. So yeah, they're involved in a storyline as well, so that has advanced. Wrestling rating 55, crowd 44, and segment 63. I mean, in the future, I can see, if we can get Regal over quickly enough, putting him in a program with someone like Bret Hart, wow. We then got a video promo on, it's from Hogan and Eric Bischoff, and they are cutting a promo on Bret Hart. They're kind of laughing at him a little bit, you know, what happened last week, blah, blah, blah. You know, so they're just talking about Bret here. A 65 is really disappointing. Why did that not get? Why? Why has that only got a 65? Is Bischoff letting the side down? There's no penalised for awful gimmick. Okay, maybe we can tweak that or change it. Hogan's got an awful gimmick. All right, okay, we need to sort of fix something here. But 65, yeah, a bit disappointed, but yeah, just wanted to get Hogan and Eric Bischoff on the card somehow. Latino World Order featuring La Parka and Psychotic take on Sting and the team of Arn Anderson and Bobby Eaton. A rating of 61 for the wrestling, 53 for the crowd, 75 overall, so something's obviously helped here. In a decent match, Latino World Order defeated Sting and Arn Anderson and Bobby Eaton in 10 minutes 18 when La Parka pinned Bobby Eaton with a skull bomb following interference from Eddie Guerrero. Yeah, maybe that's helped the match a little bit. During the match, we also had Eddie Guerrero distract Sting, so a little bit of distractions and interference from Eddie helping his guys get the victory here. There's obviously a storyline going on. This isn't the end of it, obviously. Yeah, so yeah, 75 isn't bad overall. Disappointed with those two, but yeah, I mean, you can't complain when the overall score is a 75. So backstage, Gorilla Monsoon. Now, when we first introduced Gorilla Monsoon, he was kind of like our backstage kind of mole, and we're kind of going back to that here a little bit. He's heard word, although there's nothing official come out yet. There's rumours that a former WCW star will be returning in the next few weeks. Randy Savage has been hard at it trying to get the signature of this star. So far, Randy Savage has been very tight-lipped, but this is just a little segment here, just Gorilla Monsoon, and a little tease for you guys. A former WCW star will be returning. 62 overall. A self-promo with Gene Okerlund as the segment host with Kurt Hennig and Lex Luger, totally perfect, and they're cutting a promo on their current enemy, Rob Van Dam. Pleased with this one on 85. The storyline has gained heat. That's all it's about at the moment. You know, yes, I know I could put a lot more effort into the storylines and these segments and what they actually say and script it, but I don't do that sort of thing normally anyway. I mean, I go into it a little bit in some of the stories and some of the segments, but this isn't the time. But 85 overall, absolutely fantastic. C.W. Anderson gets his ass kicked by Goldberg. Yep, wanted to use Goldberg again. We've signed a few more different jobbers, so there's other people for him to just squash now. And this one's C.W. Anderson. In an extremely short match, Goldberg defeated C.W. Anderson in 2 minutes 34 by pinfall with the spear. Yeah, nothing fantastic there. 55 wrestling, 52 crowd, 59 overall. They had great chemistry. Can you imagine if we got C.W. Anderson over then? I'm not planning to, but wow. Backstage with Gorilla Monsoon again, and he announces an 8-man tag team match for Fall Brawl. So yeah, just sort of drip feeding a few matches here for you guys that will take place at Fall Brawl. And this is going to be the entire Latino World Order. So we've got Guerrero, Psychosis 1 and Psychosis 2, and La Parka, and they will be taking on Sting, Rick Steiner, Arn Anderson, and Bobby Eaton in 8-man tag. 62 overall for this segment. And our main event, that is really disappointing. That is really disappointing. In a bout that had fantastic heat and good wrestling, Chris Jericho defeated the Giant in 12 minutes 45 by pinfall after distraction from Bam Bam Bigelow. So we've still got sort of Bigelow and the Giant kind of feuding a little bit. It's mainly kind of connected to this Goldberg streak though. But yeah, 67, I'm really annoyed about that one actually. The storyline gained heat somehow. Chris Jericho got an 86. Where's it all fallen apart? I mean, there must be some real penalised. Here we go. Giant for inexperience. The Giant for stamina. I mean, I didn't have a really long match. I did originally. I had it going about 15, 16 minutes. But I cut that. Commentary, low experience. Yeah, disappointing. But anyway, let's see what we get overall for the show, guys. 75. I think we barely scraped that, to be honest. I mean, we had a really good card until the main event. The main event didn't deliver. Yeah, 75 overall. It's not the worst, but I'm just disappointed with that main event, really. Financial report then. Yeah, just over 300k again we're making. Let's have a look at the popularity recap. Yeah, a few little gains in some sort of other areas other than, the US and Canada. Yeah, why are we not gaining in the UK? Are we not broadcasting there? Might have to check that. Emails. Arn Anderson says Chris Benoit doesn't connect with the fans. Just when I'm thinking of using him. Well, whatever. Okay, thank you, Arn. Sid Vicious thinks Chris Benoit doesn't connect with the fans either. Wow, okay. And figures for Monday Night Nitro. Right, I want to check our coverage. Where, I can't even remember. I never look at this screen. Where is the coverage button? There we go. Are we not getting anything in? Okay. Right, we're obviously not broadcasting. I can't imagine we're broadcasting Nitro there. Broadcasting. TNT UK. We are broadcasting in the UK. Okay, well, I wonder if we can change the time slot. Why are we not gaining in the UK then? Let's see if we can change the time slot of Nitro. New deal, no, not new deal, adjust time slot for Nitro. I want something a bit prime. They won't give me prime time. Evening? Is that, it's virtually the same as, do you know what? I doubt they're going to give me prime time. No. Alright, we'll keep it. I don't know why we're not gaining there though. Okay, well, it is, it is what it is. I hate saying that. I say that so often now. Right, that's the end of this episode, I think, then. I hope you have enjoyed it. Please give a like and subscribe. Really fantastic to see. Every now and then I keep picking a subscription up. I really appreciate it. I never, in my wildest dreams, thought I'd get as many as I've got now. Just over 260 now. But the important thing is, we're still going. And I think I'm, doing a few little interesting bits and bobs. And this mystery guy who's returning to WCW, that'll be a shocker for you. Take care of yourselves. Goodbye.